Body highlighter. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Hadidi Makeovers. So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. So starting off the makeup, today's makeup is going to be titled a wedding guest makeup, like a client's transformation look, how to slay as a wedding guest, or how to slay your client who is a wedding guest, who is going for a wedding. So let's jump right into the video. So starting off, I cleaned her face using the micellar cleansing water, and then I moved on to moisturize her skin. Guys, moisturizing, hydration is key, guys. Hydration. So what I mean by hydration is when you have a very good hydrated skin, your foundation tends to blend smoothly, nicely, and also it tends to last longer. So when you hydrate by cleaning the face with micellar cleansing water, that water stays on the skin, hydrates it, and let's say tone it, clean whatever leftover makeups on your face, and then you moisturize. Like, it helps you in locking in hydration and making sure your foundation blends smoothly and makes your makeup last longer, not by mattifying the face, guys. I've said this times without number. If the skin is dry, you moisturize. If you have oily skin, you can mattify, but you have to hydrate before you mattify. That's for oily skin or for any other type of skin, but for me, I love to hydrate when the person has a dry skin. So as you can see, my model is hungry and she keeps eating like that. So yeah, as you can see, the way I was even standing, I was very tired throughout this video. When I was doing the makeup, the way I was recording, even the way I even set the camera was not right. She came and I asked her to please allow me to record her makeup, and she agreed, and everything is like this. So guys, let's just keep the video moving. So as you can see, I used the Kalifa foundation in the shade Biscuit to the foundation Biscuit on her skin, and yeah, we are blending now. So for that, we are doing a full skin highlight and contour thing. So what happened here was, okay, so there is something happened when we were done with the makeup. Something really crazy happened. She cried, she teared up when I applied her eyeshadow. So the makeup under the eyes just went off, like everything just had to go off. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to fix that. That is going to be part of our video for today. I'm going to be showing you how to fix that. So yeah, just keep watching, and yeah, just enjoy the video. So as you can see, for now on, I'm applying her highlight. I am applying the highlights. I'm using the Adventure concealer in the shade Light. I'm using that all over her face, on the high points of her face, under her eyes, her cupid bow, her chin, the bridge of her nose, and also on her forehead. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze to contour her face. I'll be using that on the side of her nose, like the upper part side of her nose, her forehead just a little bit, and then yeah, we move. So I'm going to be blending that out smoothly, and then I will be using a cream blush. So you have to be careful whenever you're blending out your foundation or your highlighter, because I would have applied the highlighter first before applying the contour, but when I was blending, the beauty blender kept going on and off on top of my contour, and it keeps distracting my blending and all that. Even my students that were standing there, my assistant was like, she even got angry the way I was blending the foundation. But sure, everything turned out great and perfect until when she cried, guys. She cried. Everything under the eyes just went off, like flushed away. So you guys should watch what happens, and yeah. Remove. So I'm going to be blending her skin. We keep blending. So we are done blending. After I have blended, I'm going to be using the V Beauty lip stain in Be My Val to do the blush. Yep. So this lipstick is super perfect for a blush, like for the cream blush thingy. So yeah, I loved how the outcome came out, like how everything is. And then yeah, so I'm going to be, after I'm done with this, I'm going to be setting under her eyes. But before we set under the eyes, I'm going to be blending down first. I'll be blending it very well, just to make sure everything sits perfectly. And then I'm going to be setting her eyes with powder. So you want to make sure you blend the eyes, the under eyes, before setting it with a normal powder, like her shade of powder. And then I'll move on to apply the setting powder. So guys, something funny is happening now. As I'm recording this voiceover, I am watching the Big Brother eviction show. So if you guys are watching it, tell me what you think about the eviction show. I just keep going up and down. I don't know if this recording is going to be neat or not, but just pardon my voiceover. I do pause, I'll pause and come back, I'll pause and come back. That is how I have been doing for the past, since I started the voiceover of this video. So as you can see, I already finished setting. I used the airspun setting powder under her eyes, and then I'm contouring her nose using a very dark shade of powder. Not a very dark shade of powder, rather. I used a shade, one shade, like 2 shades darker than her skin tone, to do the side of her nose. I used a dark shade of powder to do the side of her nose, and also do her cheekbones, the hollows of her cheeks. I always do this. I always say this thing. I'll say cheekbones, then I'll go back and say hollows of her cheeks. Okay, so somebody asked me a question from my viewers here on YouTube. She's from Uganda, I think. So she asked about the difference between applying highlighter on the cheeks, blush, and then contour. Yeah, you ask the person to smile when you want to apply blush. The apples of the cheeks that comes up, that's where you apply your blush. Then you apply your blush a little bit higher, and then the apples of the cheeks, that is where you apply your highlighter, because when you smile, you want to get the high points of the face, and then everything will just come out well. So I moved on. So we are going to be using a neon pigment, the So Pro neon stack pigment. I'll be using that for the eyes. So first of all, I applied eye primer all over her crease and then blended it out smoothly. After blending it out smoothly, I did the transitioning first. You guys should pardon the way I'm recording this thing. I keep watching Big Brother Naija eviction show. I will just go and watch and come back and then record another one, record a voice, and that's it. So sorry guys. So I'm going to be using this eyeshadow, the Zikel eyeshadow, for the transitioning, and then I'll just blend that out. So you want to blend your transitioning quite smoothly. If you're going darker, as you're going up, you should be using a lighter shade. So as you can see, I use this light purple shade on her crease as this transition. Then I used an orange color to do the upper part of the transition. So I'm not going to be doing the brows now. I'll be doing the brows later on, after I'm done with the eyes. So you guys will see how to draw the brows without even concealing, using concealer or foundation to clean the brow. So I'm going to be using the So Pro neon pigment, the stack pigment. I'll be using this very bright pink color on her crease. So as you can see, I'll be placing that gently. You want to be very careful. So whenever you're doing this neon pigment thing, I'll advise you to do the eyes before doing the face, because this happened now as I was applying, not when I was applying eyeliner or eyelashes, I was applying the eyeshadow and she started tearing up. She'll start crying now. So imagine the fallout of a neon pigment on her face and then getting tears all over the eyes and all that. I was really careful so that she doesn't press her eyes and the tears goes up, soak all soaking up the pigments, like the eyes and all that. I was really careful. At this point she was just crying, like tears were uncontrollably falling out of her eyes. Boom, it happened. I fixed the under eyes before even cleaning the face. So you guys just keep watching and see how we will do that. So moving on, she's already crying. I applied the eyelashes. I used the I used the Elsa, the Wynk Lashes Nigeria, Wynk Eyelashes Nigeria in Elsa. I'm applying that on her, and then boom, I'll do the other eyes and you guys will see how I draw the brows without carving them, without using concealer or foundation to clean it. So I just highlighted the brows with powder and then moved on to draw the brows. First of all, I used the Davies eyebrow pencil number 18. You want to get a very sharp pencil. If your pencil is not sharp, there is no way your brows is going to be precise, and that is what we want to achieve. So I'm just going to be going outside the eyebrows and outlining carefully. You want to make sure you get the line straight and make sure the brows are the same. You know you are not correcting with concealer or foundation to make it look the same. You just have to be very careful. I had to fast forward this part of the clip because I don't want to take your time, guys, but I was really careful. Don't see as if I'm going fast though. It's just that I fast forwarded this part of the clip, And then yeah, can you see how it's looking the same? I did not highlight, I did not conceal, nothing like that. I just used eyebrow and then went in with the brow tints, and then boom, you have a clean eyebrows. So you need a sharp pencil, a brow tint to keep the hair in place and all that. So guys, let's move to the deal under the eyes. I waited for her to finish crying. Her eyes were really clear at this point, so I even applied the waterline eyeliner, waited for the eyes to be clear, and she was done crying. And then you see how everything just went up. So I used this damaged beauty blender. I cut the tip off just to have control, because I don't have a small beauty blender, just to have control over the blending of the eyes. So I'm going to be going in with the concealer. So I made a mistake here. What I did was, after going into this part of the eyes with the concealer I went over the top of the concealer again. After blending it, I did not show the part where I was doing the second part of the correction, because something happened. You guys should trust me, I did it, and I had to. I was like, after doing this, she started crying again. Can you see? I had to use tissue to control her tears. So when you have a mistake like this, you should wait a little bit, wait for the concealer to dry. I did not wait for the concealer to dry, so when I placed the beauty blender on her eyes, it started peeling off with the powder and the former makeup on there. So I waited. Can you see this? So I had to wait a little bit for the foundation to stay, the concealer to sit, and then we used foundation on top of the concealer again, and then we had to wait for it to sit. I moved on to do the lips, and we waited for the concealer to sit a little bit. I added more concealer again and moved on to do the lips. We have to wait a little bit longer before we do that. So moving on to the lips, I had to highlight her cupid bow using my Get Gorgeous highlighter, and then use the classic lipstick in the shade Pinky all over her lips, like the lower lip. I love this lip color very well, so much, sorry. I love it so much. Then we moved on to use the dark purple from V Beauty. I can't remember the name, but after making sure the pink lipstick stays on her lips perfectly, I moved on to do the outer part of the lips with the V Beauty dark purple shade. I can't remember the name of the shade, but yeah. So as you can see, I'm going to be doing the upper lip first, and then move on to do the lower lips, then come again and then blend everything out smoothly. Yeah guys, so hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment and all that. So after I was done with the eyes, with the settling of the under eyes, I waited for it to settle, used foundation to blend it out the same way I used to blend my foundation, and then used setting spray on top of it, waited for it to dry, and then set with a setting powder. I'm going to be doing a very detailed video on that actually, so that you guys will see. I did not know why it was not recording when I was doing all the whole correction thing, but I'm going to be recording very soon, so you guys should not think I cleaned it or anything like that. I actually corrected this whole makeup thing. So even when it was not looking as neat as the way it was before, like the way it was the first time we finished the makeup, so yeah, and it will never look the same. But after I finished everything, I took off the setting powder, highlighted her face with the highlighter, the master chrome highlighter and then removed the powder. I used a very full brush. The brush was really fluffy. Used powder, more powder, more powder. I was just going over the under eyes with powder again, and then the little spaces under the eyes that were not really clean, I just smudged with eyeshadow. The transition shade I used, I just smudged it with eyeshadow and then set the whole thing with a setting spray. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, watch my videos to the end, and tell me what you think about my videos. If you have any other suggestions, correction, and anything you want to tell me, please subscribe, like, and also comment. This is Hadidi Makeovers once again. I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys with the gele tutorial on Thursday. Let's see how it goes. Bye.